G'day everyone, and I'm here in South Africa. I've made my way to the SOS Reptile Expo in Johannesburg, and I'm here with my good friend Lance from the jungle.
The jungle.
That's right.
Welcome, boys.
Welcome to the jungle. Now, if you guys haven't checked him out, make sure you do. Links will be in the description below. Make sure you check it out. Now, today, guys, we're going to go for a walk around with my good friend Lance here. Check out some amazing animals because some of these things I've never seen before, and I need some local talent to tell me more about them. So come on, guys, let's check out. Now, there's a cool snake over the back here I want to have a look at. The Angolan Pythons.
Angolan Python, the angry ball python.
The angry ball python. Well, that's exciting. I can't wait. How's it? Morning, morning. Can we have a look at your Angolan, the angry ball pythons? Of course. Yeah? Nice.
Called the bumpy ball python.
The bumpy ball pythons?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. That is absolutely gorgeous. How old is this, Chris?
It was born the 7th of January.
Ooh, now that is pretty cool. Back home we have a python called the rough-scaled python. They have obviously very raised scales. The keratin layers are very raised. Now the cool thing about that obviously is the texture. This texture is very different.
Very smooth, though.
That's right. It's more like they've got little beads under the skin, I guess.
So is it still a keeled scale that it's showing? Is it still got that little ridge in the middle, or is it just the shape of the skull that makes it like that?
I think it's just the shape. I'm not 100% sure.
Hey Chris, it's not a keeled scale, is it?
No,
It's like a
just
beaded,
bump.
yeah, like a beaded
bump,
scale, yeah.
But it's interesting, it's not a keeled scale, but I found they're a lot more arboreal than people think. Got a ledge in the enclosure, we'll be on that.
It's always on top.
Yeah.
You often find with your desert species that they'll either have that keeled scale or like a more rough scale.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's got something to do with how they
Thermoregulation.
keeping them with moisture and stuff like that as well.
Yep.
Also those keels might be able to like funnel that water more towards the head when they're getting that dew in the morning and stuff.
That makes sense.
So a bit more capillary action, you reckon, yeah?
So
That is pretty amazing. Now, what's your experience with these guys?
That much, zero.
Zero?
I've seen a couple of them. I've been bitten by one before.
Okay, well that counts.
That ultimate exotic, so whenever I see a new snake, I'm going to get bitten by it. No, this is the first young one I've ever seen, and like never really felt that texture on it.
That's pretty gorgeous. Now, I've seen adults and I've held adults.
Yep.
As a baby, it is very hard to determine those little nodules or little bumps, but as adults, it's very easy to... Just look at the pattern on the head there. Look at that. The triangle sort of shape.
Just broken up by the
Just
nose.
absolutely gorgeous.
If you look at him like dead on, ball python, then you go up and you're like, no way.
Something's going on here, yeah.
Yeah. So how big do these guys get, Chris?
They get about, on average, 1.5 meters.
So they're a decent sized animal, yeah.
They're dwarf pythons, but they're not dwarf like Antaresia.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That is absolutely gorgeous. That is a beautiful little snake, right?
And it's so awesome to see them getting bred because these are so endangered. So just relieving all of that pressure off of the wild populations, and you've got...
Interesting thing about them, they only breed every second year, small clutches. So it will take a while before we see them, but it's becoming more common to see them on expos that we never used to get in the past.
It's like a holy grail for so long.
That is amazing. Well, thank you so much, Chris. The other thing that I noticed is there's a lot of venomous snakes here. You don't see it a lot of expos in Australia. We don't have any venomous. In the US, no venomous. They actually have special venomous shows. Okay. Now, we've seen some cool venomous snakes here. Vipers. I know you're a lover of vipers. I also love vipers. So let's check out some of those cool things. Now, where were they? Where were they? Show us. Going this way. Come on, guys. I mean, some of these cool lizards too. I've never seen them before, and there's plenty of them in the hobby. Oh, okay.
Close enough, still blue.
Oh, yeah, it's still a blue tongue. Might be the Indonesian types, but gorgeous creatures. Gorgeous, and the patterns and stuff. I think they're the Moroccans, aren't they? The darker ones.
Well, luckily I've
with
got
the
your
pinks.
pack of cards, so I'll be able to figure it out now.
Collector card series, yeah. That's the problem, isn't it? The place is so big, we get lost here.
Even though we are allowed to have venomous in the expos, they do have to always be double packed, so people can't make any mistakes.
Makes sense, right?
So we're not going to get the best views of them, but you can start seeing here some eyelash vipers. And then my favourite genus of a leopard, fiddlelaps, the Angolan coral cobras, or popcorn cobras as we like to call them.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then, Pete.
Oh, there we are. Something from home. A death adder. One of my favourite animals, of course. Now, let's ask this gentleman. Excuse me, sir. I know I'm not allowed to play with stuff, but is there any chance I can have a look at that? Yep.
Look, yeah.
Awesome. You don't mind me holding the box? I know it's hard to see, guys, but trust me, that is a thing of beauty right there. So what is that, Lance?
That will be a little eyelash viper.
Besides maybe a little bit of regret. A beautiful eyelash viper. That is absolutely gorgeous. Now, how old would something like this be?
So this would have been like 2 months ago.
2 months?
Yeah. So this is still the fun part of them.
Yep.
So when you got to try and get them to eat over into pinks. Have you guys got them all onto pinks now?
Yeah. So
nice.
all eating straight.
Wow.
Well done.
3 meals in.
So basically, for everyone at home that can't see this, this is a small snake. It's probably about this big in total. It's an arboreal death adder for those Australians back home, but it's actually got a bit more punch than a death adder, a lot more regret, but that is absolutely drop dead gorgeous.
Stunning. And they're so variable with their colours as well.
So you get reds as well, and oranges, pinks,
greens with the pink spots. Yeah, they're stunning.
Oh, I think we're going to go.
They've also been
I might end up buying one. like this, right? Thank you so much, guys. That was
guys. Thank you.
that's amazing. Oh man,
Let's go look at something else you don't have in Oz.
show me. That's what I'm here for, bro. Oh, look at this.
Have a look over there.
Yeah.
So something I learned from this stand yesterday, and like most people with chameleons, you think they're purely insectivorous, like
Yep.
they're only going to be eating insects. Have a look in there. There's a bowl of greens. And yesterday, like if I hadn't seen this with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it, but that chameleon was just eating pure greens. Our ones that we've got back at home, we've got a little ficus tree in the enclosure, and we'll come in there and there'll be a nice big bite mark out of it. So definitely a part of their diet is greens. I don't think too many people know about.
I wasn't aware of that, and like I obviously don't keep them and don't work with them, but for all the times that I've seen them in everyone else's collections, I've never heard of anyone mentioning the greens or the vegetable matter.
Like, as I say, if I hadn't seen that thing come down, and he was like a dog with the bone,
He was into it.
just chowing down there. Now, if I hadn't seen that with my own eyes, no ways I'd have.
Sure, it's not just a green bearded dragon with a funny shaped head. No. That is pretty cool. It's the opportunity when you travel the world, meet new people, and go to events like this. You learn something new. That's something I've learned, and that's pretty cool.
Okay.
What else have we got, Lance?
Let's go for.
There's got to be something else that I've never seen
way and
before.
see what we've-
Because you've got the insects, right? You guys have a large amount of insects. The inverts play a big
we
role
do.
as well, right?
This expo doesn't have too many. I did see some cool scorpions down there.
Okay, scorpions aren't too bad. It's the furry, eight-legged ones that I sort of get a little bit weirded out by.
Lots of tarantulas though.
Yeah, no, let's avoid those. Look, see? Not my favourites, but we'll get there. Oh,
there you go.
man. Look at that.
This will be a Viatorus, so one of the cave crawl scorpions. Even though all scorpions are venomous, these ones are medically insignificant. In fact, they work like quite a good Botox. I put one on Becca's face the one day. She stung her and it looked like much less wrinkles. But so I think from this, it's not going to kill you. Really good pet scorpion.
Yep.
And we like to use them in our shows because it's like a magic trick when I put that UV light on them. It just blows
Oh,
the
yes,
kids' minds.
yeah.
And it takes that fear away from them as well.
So it's the keratin, basically the layer that reflects the UV lighting, right?
Yeah, because of where they come from, it's so hot. So all scorpions have, so there's multiple different reasons for it apparently, but the one that I believe the most is that obviously in such a hot space, that UV bouncing onto you, if you're absorbing it in, going to cook you up with the exoskeleton, whereas they reflect that UV, so they can't get as hurt by the sun. And I think that makes the most sense out of all the different theories.
And correct me if I'm wrong, if the pincers are large, usually means it's using the tail to envenomate its prey.
So small pincers, big tail, very venomous, because it means that they don't have the power in their hands.
That's right, they're using
Big
that.
claws, small tail, they're overpowering their prey. So if it's got a tiny tail with big claws, then you know it's less venomous. Big tail, small claws, so when we get back home to my place, I'll show you some proper scorpions with really thick tails.
It's going to be crazy. Now that's pretty cool. And I mean, of course, you can just buy them.
Yeah.
You can just buy them, take them home, set them up, and off you go.
Permits needed. And just see like the variety on this table is so cool. Bearded dragons, scorpions, corn snakes, Mexican black king snakes, California king snakes. It's just whatever you want, you can find it.
Welcome to Africa. What can I say? Where else were we heading? Did you have another cool thing?
We walked past one cool thing.
I did see some Dumerils, boas.
Some little Caiman.
Caiman, there we go. Who would think you could buy a crocodilian at an expo? Yeah, that's a little bit weird.
Like a gecko.
There we are, look at that.
Beck's getting closer so you can see
goodness
them on top of
gracious.
each other. How cute is that?
Goodness gracious.
If they could stay that size, I'd have about 1,000 of them.
Oh my God. I mean, you look at the price, it's 9,000 Rand. Now, for you Australians, it's like $900. So I've just bought all of them. They're going to go to your house for a little while.
I'll look after them.
And you're going to take care of them for me? They are just drop dead gorgeous. I mean, that is amazing. Is there any sort of prerequisite or requirements to keep crocodilians?
So at the moment, no, thankfully.
Okay.
But with exotics, any exotic crocodilian, where it does like stop is not too many exotics have been imported to the country.
Okay.
So we've got all the dwarf caimans, obviously the spectacle caimans, then alligators we've got a lot. None of those need a permit in my province at least, and here as well. I think in some places you might have to get like the housing authority to be like sign it off because I mean it is a big animal.
I guess it will make things a bit difficult if it escapes and eats your neighbour's dog or cat.
A little bit awkward. But with our ones that we get here, the Nile crocodile, that's a threatened protected species. So that is impossible to keep like as a pet. You've got to go through a whole bunch of processes. But all the small ones that only can take a hand or finger, we've got those and they're all good.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, man. That's very cool. I guess the next place I want to go to, and probably our last visit, will be these guys, the Ultimate Exotics. And the reason why is because they have such a great variety of animals across the board. And let's just go and check it out. But so I guess what we're going to do is we're actually going to sneak around the back here, right? So obviously, you know, these guys breed quality things like bearded dragons, very cool. Ball pythons across the world are probably one of the most popular python species. And when you see the diversity in colours and patterns, you can see why, you know, they've just exploded. But for me, it's things like this. You know, you get the blood pythons. I'm an absolute sucker for blood pythons.
Anything with a short tail is beautiful.
I love these things. Let's pull one of these guys out.
There's no why they call them blood pythons.
Yeah, we're going to express some blood, right? Everything about that shape, you know, that really does it for me. You know, like, look at that, guys. That is an absolute beautiful little creature. Now, the other name is short-tailed, right? Because, you know, when you look at where the vent is compared to the tip of the tail, it's quite short and robust.
And that's a male, so that's like a long tail as far as what the short
So it's a
tail
long
context
short
goes.
tail.
It's a long short tail.
Getting confusing, but that's exactly what it is. And I mean, for me, it's also the eyes. Those eyes are just absolutely stunning, stunning little things. Now, we have obviously these days all the different colours and patterns as well that comes into the blood pythons. That is gorgeous.
Yeah.
But as an adult, we're talking...
Girth over leg.
Yeah,
About snake
yeah.
and fat, you'll see you've played with my one before.
Oh, yeah,
actually.
yeah, they're
So
big.
big healthy snake,
They're
and when we
big.
back at Ultimate's facility, they've got even bigger ones. And they've also got the Smarter short tail, which is the pitch black one.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
a rat snake. If Slipknot was a snake, that would be a...
The death snakes,
He's
yeah.
not making us bleed too much.
No, he's being very well behaved, which is good for me, good for you. These guys.
Durable bars.
Yeah, that's something, correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't seen too many of these things around. Now
So they
that,
have become a little bit more common in the country, but still not too many breeding them. So, what I mean, this one is just such a good example of what the snake looks like. It's just stunning, that one.
it's just those pink salmon background colours, you know?
Yeah, and just that ultimate exotics flair just makes it so much better.
So it's a little bit extra, a little bit nicer.
Much nicer snake. So we use these in our shows, Pete, because it's just such a docile snake. They're quite tolerant of any touch. They get desensitized to it quite quickly. Also, they're quite endangered because in Madagascar, cutting down trees and doing all sorts of stupid things that humans do.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're able to breed these things in captivity and use them in our shows and be able to educate people about the plight that they're going through, what a bonus.
That is an absolute gorgeous animal, and oh, there's just so many cool things.
We don't really see too often either.
What's that?
Pictus gecko.
Oh, okay, yep. One of those guys over there somewhere.
The ultimate viper we left for last.
Of course, we always...
Thru and Solaris. In common language, Komodo Island wood viper.
And here we are again, you know, it's double boxed. It's like the pinnacle. I mean, even back home in Australia, everyone goes to Komodo to see the blue locality. Yeah, that is absolutely gorgeous.
What's so nice with them is their care is so similar to the white-tipped tree viper, which has obviously been in the trade for ages and ages. So people are being able to breed these things quite readily. The more common they get in the trade, the better, because that means cheaper than I can find the afford one.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a ball. Yeah. Lance and I are going to disappear into the crowd and go and check out some more animals. Make sure you guys check out Lance's channel, The Jungle. Make sure you subscribe. Like I said, all these links will be in the description below. Till next time, guys, thanks for watching CrittaCam.